let's practice utilizing the hibernation feature of EC2. To get started, we'll launch a new instance. We can name it Hibernation EC2. For the operating system, I will select Amazon Linux 2, and for the instance type, I'll go with T2.micro. Next, I'll pick a key pair to ensure secure access. When it comes to network security, I'll opt for an existing security group, specifically Launch Wizard 1. For the storage configuration, we're initially fine, but I want to highlight a few critical settings as we progress. I'll scroll down to the Advanced section and locate the Stop Hibernation behavior. It's important to enable this option, as it allows us to activate hibernation on our EC2 instance. Now there's a crucial warning displayed here, though it might be hard to read. It indicates that when hibernation is enabled, the root volume must have sufficient storage capacity to accommodate the instance's RAM. Additionally, the Elastic Block Store, EBS volume, specifically the root EBS volume, must be encrypted to maintain security. To address the storage requirements, I'm going to click on the Advanced tab, select my EBS volume, and proceed to enable encryption. I'll choose the default AWS/EBS key for this purpose. This step ensures our EBS volume is properly encrypted and secure. Currently, we have an 8 GB volume, which should adequately meet our needs. For reference, this T2.micro instance comes with 1 GB of RAM. Thus, the RAM will easily fit onto the disk, which is advantageous for our hibernation setup. Now that we have configured everything necessary to enable hibernation, let's move on to launching our instance. Our instance is now successfully created with hibernation as a defined behavior. So, how can we verify that hibernation is functioning correctly? I will connect to our instance using EC2 Instance Connect right now. Let's head back to our instance and establish the connection. Here we are, connected to our instance via EC2 Instance Connect. There's a command called uptime that we can execute, which is quite useful. The uptime command reveals how long the instance has been running since its last reboot. When we run it, we will see the total time that our instance has remained active. This information is essential, as it allows us to track the operational duration of our instance, which will aid in understanding the functionality of the hibernation feature once we utilize it. Let's begin by disconnecting from our current instance by closing the tab. Next, we will hibernate the instance. To do this, we navigate to the instance state and select the option to hibernate the instance. This action ensures that all current data stored in RAM is safely saved to our EBS, Elastic Block Store, volume. As the hibernation process initiates, we need to wait for the instance to stop completely. Now that our instance is stopped, I will take a brief pause in the video for a few minutes and resume once it's ready. Now, let's consider a hypothetical situation. If we hadn't utilized hibernation and instead stopped the instance, upon restarting it, we would expect the uptime command to display 0 minutes initially. Then, after a minute, it would register 1 minute of uptime due to the fact that we effectively stopped and then restarted the instance. However, since we have hibernated the instance and are now starting it again, We anticipate that the uptime should reflect a value not starting from 0, but rather perhaps 3 or 4 minutes instead. Let's connect to the instance again and check the uptime. Indeed, we observe that the uptime is showing a value higher than before. The key takeaway here is that although we have technically stopped the instance through hibernation and subsequently restarted it, from the operating system's viewpoint, the instance was never really stopped. It was simply hibernated. Therefore, the uptime command reflects this by showing 2 or 3 minutes, illustrating that it has been continuously active from the OS perspective. In summary, this is a fascinating demonstration of how hibernation functions. To wrap up this hands-on session, please proceed to terminate your instance. That's all for this segment, and I look forward to seeing you in the next lecture.